everybody, welcome to North Yorkshire. Now, forecast for today was going to be just flat grey light, nothing happening at all. So I thought, right, we'll head up into the North Yorkshire Moors, a bit of woodland to explore. We've never been here before, so we'll have a bit of a look. And we've got a little bit of light coming through, followed by torrential rain, followed by a bit of light, followed by a bit more torrential rain. So, no idea what we're going to get. This is a scouting trip more than anything, but we'll have a look in the woods. I'll talk you through a couple of bits that I tend to look for when I'm actually out scouting sort of new sections of woodland, and sort of what sort of things I'm sort of trying to find when I'm actually looking through it. So let's get a wander in and see what's out there. So the trail that we're on is basically taking us alongside a bit of woodland that we might be able to get into and actually have a bit of a look round, see what sort of trees there. Expect to be quite wild, so it could be a bit of a challenge getting the compositions, but something that we can actually play with. Now I don't know whether you can hear it in the background, but it seems like there's quite a bit of shooting going on in the distance, so apologies for the noise of that. But we've got a real strange autumn going on this year. Just as it was getting going, we had storm come through, and basically anything that was just turning nicely got stripped. So a bit of a shame. So we've got a bit of a mix. We've got stuff that's almost completely bare, mixed with stuff that is only just getting going. It's a very, very strange autumn this year, but it does mean you can actually pick out some real strong characters, because you've got that sort of additional separation. Now at the moment it's just started drizzling again, so going to be heading sort of towards the wood. Sort of fairly sharpish, I think, try and get in there, get out of the wet. But yeah, we're dressed for the occasion. As been said many times before, there's no bad weather, just bad choice of clothes for it. So we'll see what's out there, see what things are in. I'm expecting pines, some silver birch, maybe some old oak or something like that. But we'll see what's there, and we'll sort of get some composition set up. And like I say, I'll talk you through some of the bits as we go. So although it's still raining, we managed to get to the main woodland part. As you can see behind me, look at that absolute character. Going to see if I can get a shot of him. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort of just talk you through now how I'm sort of setting it up, and sort of basically heavy wing camera. But basically what I'm going to try and do, I want the main sort of bulk of that really sort of possibly on the left hand third. We've got the trees behind it, and hopefully this will actually come out because there's a bit of depth. So you can see a nice bit of separation, minimal sky in there. I think this will work really well. It's a nice moody edit. So take the shot and I'll pop it up now for you. Now on the opposite side of the track we've definitely plantation woodland. So it's very, very uniform, but very, very dense. Now what I'm looking for in these sort of things is the smaller silver birch that have still got a little bit of leaf on, because it's so dark behind, they almost glow, they stand really forwards. There's actually a couple of little bits just here. I don't know whether I can actually get into it to pick it out, but they're kind of working. I'll just flip you around now. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. So you've got this here, this nice little silver birch, which it's fully into sort of its golden glow, but behind it it's all very, very dark. I mean, on the Osmo it looks very, very bright, it brings all the light up, but I think with that there, possibly sort of a square crop, so you've got that with this lovely sort of darkness behind. I'll probably have to sort of have a bit of a traipse into this sort of area just down there, just get the framing right, but I think that'll work really nicely. Generally what I do try and find is sort of the odd standout character with a bit of a background. It sort of tells a bit of a story, sort of, it's sort of standing alone, or there's a group of silver birch that sort of work together against a background. That's sort of the woodland style that I go for. it's the sort of thing generally I tend to try and sort of run it on the rule of thirds as well. So if you've got a feature tree, get that onto a third, get a bit of a background behind it, bit of separation, that helps with the image as well. But when you've got some classics like we've got just there, I'll see if I can actually get to a spot where you can see this. Just spin you around. Where you can actually make that out, but the tree in the background, it's still a fern, but it's completely golden, essentially. Absolutely stunning, but there's not a lot you can do with it without sort of getting deep in there and being quite high up. But that's the sort of thing I'm looking for, a real sort of standout character. Because I think when you've got that sort of thing, that's what makes a photo stand out. Woodland photography is very easy. Basically, you stand in a wood, you take shots of trees that look quite pleasing. To get a really nice shot, it takes a lot of thought and a lot of manoeuvring around, sort of trying different things, looking behind you as well. That changes the scene quite well. When you've got something you think, yeah, looks okay, look behind you, it might look even better as you're sort of moving around. Like I say, it's quite dense here, but there's a few little sort of character features. I mean, you could even actually use the track that we've got along here as a bit of a leading line as well. Use that to your advantage. There's a very, very strong beech tree there, which has actually sort of gone completely golden. That could also work if you're in the right position, but for me, they're a little bit too bright behind it to make that work. But the sort of things I'm looking for, like I say, characters, features, even sort of fallen trees, you can use those as a bit of a feature to actually bring the actual sort of the style of the picture up, so it tells a bit of a story of sort of what the scene is. But I'm going to keep on wandering. Like I say, we're coming in and out of sort of patches of woodland. I'm doing little bits, so I'll talk you through a couple more as we sort of find some more compositions along the way. As we're into a bit more of a clearing, you don't actually need to worry about sort of being right into the trees. There's a very autumnal looking birch there, mixing with the other ones that I've tried to sort of line up as a bit of a feature piece around the other ones. A bit of sky in the background, but I think it works. It brings the colour forward, and that works. So that's actually sort of pushing in at a distance. So I'm running the 12 to 100 as normal. I've got a black mist filter on because, well, frankly, it was quite bright earlier and then the rain came, but that sort of thing, it works with the black mist, so you get a real nice sort of feel to the image. It changes the feel to it, gives it a bit more of a, I don't know, probably the best way to describe it, a bit more of a dreamy look. You can get the same effect if you do it in post, but yeah, it's quite nice on the camera just to have a play with it. And we've got in the background there, if I can sort of, the edge of the forest that where we just were, and on the other side of this farmer's field, there's a lot of trees there. Now you can even use the zoom, because there's a lovely patterning sort of tree over there. Use a bit of zoom on that, pick that out as well if you wanted to. Unfortunately, it's not a fantastic composition, but you've got these lovely sort of pines along there. Yeah, they can give a bit of detail. So I don't think that, yeah, if you can't get deep into woodland, you're not going to get a shot. There's always opportunities out there, especially if you've got, yeah, a bit of a zoom. Yeah, this lens is a bit special for range, but yeah, say you're on full frame Nikon or something, this is the same as the 24-200 essentially. There's a lot of different options out there. You can get a little bit further in and get, yeah, sort of further shots that you wouldn't normally sort of expect to get, because you'd expect to be sort of deep in the woodland, if that makes sense. But I'm going to carry on wandering now. There's another section of woodland coming up, so we'll see what sort of characters pop up there as well. And as the rain starts to come down properly again, I found this little character here. That is immense. Now, I grabbed a quick shot because I'm going to be quick on this, I'll get the Osmo put away because it's not waterproof. But basically that, there's a nice pine sat next to it. So those two together, because of the rain, it's sort of giving a bit of separation to the background. Nice moody edit. I think it'll look really nice. I'll pop it up now. But we're going to sort of try and get into the trees, get out of the rain, and sort of we'll call it whether it gets too heavy or not. If it starts getting torrential, we'll head back and we'll sort of pick up the video in a little bit. But let's go and see what else is down here so we can get some cover, and hopefully we'll see something else. Another thing to remember as well is don't discount the smaller stuff. Obviously you've got the bigger trees, all the sort of bits in the distance, but always remember to look down, and there's a fantastic little sort of section here which is just mosses and bits of fern and bits like that. So much detail you can pick out, it's really quite nice. So yeah, don't be afraid to sort of experiment with sort of getting a bit more intimate with the smaller stuff. Even sort of things like, you know, the odd leaf on a tree just works so well. Just have it isolated, lovely background to it. Try and sort of, you know, run it maybe sort of f5.6, something like that. So you get a nice bit of sort of blurred background. Works really, really nicely. But I'm going to grab a shot of this little fern here now, and sort of put that up, and so we'll carry on wandering around while it's not raining. Well, for now, it's not raining. So I found this shot as well. It's not too, it's basically looking up the track that we've just come down. Beautiful carpet of leaves and some really nice colours going around. I'm basically using the two trees either side here as a bit of a frame, and essentially I'll focus about a third of the way in, f8, and I think that sort of gives it quite a nice feel to it. Again, with the rain, it's given a beautiful mood. It's real sort of soft. And using this black mist filter, it just finishes it off. It really has got a nice feel to it. And when you've got little scenes like that, the rain just helps. Obviously, be a little bit mindful of looking uphill, not to get sort of rain on the lens. And I do have a microfiber cloth in the pocket just in case, but it's always best not to get it on there in the first place. But yeah, I think that works quite well. I mean, we've got almost complete sort of cloud cover again now, and the brightness is all gone. The rain is coming in and out, hence the hood's up now as well. But I think, yeah, it's been quite nice to actually sort of try something new in a new area. It's always worth going out if you've got a bit of woodland that you've never been to, as long as it's accessible. Go and have a wander, see what sort of things you can find. There's a couple of bits that we're going to sort of have a look out at now, because where we're coming out of is going to look out actually into what's known as Troutdale in the North Yorkshire Moors. So I'm hoping that'll give us some nice views across. I can also see through the trees. There's a couple of sort of clouds dancing in the trees, so I might get some long shots out, see what sort of things we can pick out on it. But if these little tips have been useful, obviously just a reminder, I do sort of one-to-one personalised workshops as well, where we'll go more in depth to sort of how we sort of set up the shots and sort of a bit more sort of detail on how you set your camera up for this sort of thing. So if it is of interest, drop us an email. Website links just below. But yeah, if there's anything that sort of you find useful on this, do give us a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Really helps things out. But from a very wet and quite, I don't know, spectacular, I think, actually, North Yorkshire Moors. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Underground for so long, in the dark, I forgot how the sunlight feels, hidden just out Show